So Mario Kart World is right around the corner, and Mario Kart 8 is finally coming to a close after its insanely long life cycle of 11 years. And I would like to say goodbye to Mario Kart 8 by finally doing the long overdue and originally cancelled sequel to a video I made a little over 3 years ago. The Mario Kart Trick Tier List. Now, as most of you know, Mario Kart 8 has gotten a lot of DLC. Originally, it was only supposed to be new tracks, but starting in Wave 4, we got our first surprise DLC character, which was Berto. They then proceeded to release 7 more characters in Wave 5 and 6, where some of them were newcomers and some were returning faces. They also added a bunch of Mii Costumes that we will also cover at the end of the video because, you know, all of them have unique anti-gravity tricks. So in 2022 I made a video covering all the tricks in the game and put every character in a tier list. So if you want a more in-depth opinion on the base roster, then make sure to check that video out. Or don't. Because these were the final standings of that tier list. But you know, this was made 3 years ago and my opinion has changed a little bit, so let me quickly fix that. There we go, that's better. Alright, so with that out of the way, how this will work is that I will first show off the car tricks, then we'll go over to the bike tricks. The rating is simply based off my own opinion, what I think about the tricks, the animation, the posing and the flow of the trick itself, and then I'll place the character into the tier list. And how do tricks work? Well, if you drive off a ramp and press the right trigger, your character will do a little bit of a trick. And almost every single character has 6 unique tricks. 3 tricks for the car and 3 tricks for the bike. 1 trick from each vehicle type is limited to the anti-gravity sections though, but the rest of the tricks are universal and you'll always see them when tricking. And with that little explanation out of the way, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and potentially even subscribe because who knows, I might make another ranking with the Mario Kart World characters, but you know, seeing how the character roster looks, it's insane. So without further ado, let us get into the first DLC character, which is Berto. Berto is making her grand return from Mario Kart Wii, and overall I think her tricks are actually pretty good. For her regular car tricks, she blows a kiss towards the camera, and the other one she just gets up and laughs. For her anti-gravity car trick, she spins around, flicks her bow, and some heart particles come out. That's one thing that I've noticed with the DLC characters compared to the base roster, is that they usually have some extra flair to them with added particles and effects. This was even present in the original Mario Kart 8 DLC, you know, with Link pulling out the Triforce and, you know, the Animal Crossing characters and a little bit with the Splatoon characters as well. But overall, I really do like Berto's car tricks. They're pretty solid. My favorite's definitely the laughing one. Her bike tricks are also really good. One of her standard ones is a little bit basic, but she makes up for it with the second one, which is a clean pirouette with a nice little pose at the end. Her anti-gravity bike trick is her turning around, blowing a kiss towards the camera, and once again, she has some added heart particles. I think this one's pretty decent, but my favorite out of the 3 is hands down the pirouette. It's just so it's so smooth how she spins around and strikes the pose, and the momentum carries really well in the trick. So Berto overall has some pretty neat tricks, and I think I would actually put her into high B tier, potentially low A tier. Next up, we got another returning character, but from Double Dash. It's PT Piranha. And starting off with his anti-gravity car trick, like damn, he's a freak. But Pete's tricks I think are okay. In the car, his regular tricks is a roar, and then he has one where he's flapping his leafy arm wing things. His anti-gravity car trick is the freaky side of him taking over, and he licks the air. I don't know, kinda weird. I'm not really a fan of any of his car tricks. They look a little weird and don't really flow too nicely. But his bike tricks on the other hand are a lot better. Starting off with the anti-gravity trick, he does a quick spin and strikes a pose with some added flower petals shooting out, as well as him getting a really nice shine added behind him. His regular tricks for the bike is him laughing and then him taking a big chomp. So overall I think his tricks are just fine. They're nothing super special, but definitely not horrible. So with that, I think it's going to land into mid B tier. Another returning face is up next, but returning from Mario Kart 7 this time, which is Wiggler. Wiggler actually surprised me quite a bit with his tricks. You know, he has such a weird body shape, and I didn't really think they could pull off anything super special, but lo and behold, his tricks are actually really good. So starting off with the car, his regular tricks is him jumping up, doing a spin and hitting quite a nice pose actually. The next one he just gets into a really chill pose in the car and does a simple little wave to the camera. His anti-gravity car trick is great, but it's a little weird. You know, he flies up and does a flip, and then he kinda just double jumps and strikes a really good pose with some added star particles. But, you know, I'm usually not really a fan of a trick where they jump up and then jump up again, but this one doesn't really flow terribly like some others. Because I don't think this one's actually that bad. This one looks pretty good. On the bike he also has some pretty good tricks. For his regular bike tricks, he strikes a really good pose once again, and the other one is him jumping up, clapping his hands and laughing. I'm noticing a pattern here. Like, everyone so far has had a laughing trick for some reason. Anyways, his regular tricks, I think they're pretty solid, but his anti-gravity bike trick, like bro, that's peak. He jumps up, becomes mad as fuck, turns red, and these steam particles come out, just like when you jump on a wiggler. And the flow of the trick I think is really nice. It has some very strong anticipation before he leans forward and becomes really mad. And yeah, I think Wiggler is up there with some of the best. So I think he's actually gonna land into a very high A tier, potentially a low S tier. Next up, we actually got one of the cancelled character who was supposed to be in the base roster of Mario Kart 8. It's Kamik. Finally, he makes his first playable appearance in Mario Kart, after fans have been wanting him for years. Wait, what was that? He got turned into an item in Mario Kart World? Damn. Anyways, his tricks overall I think are really solid. His regular card tricks is him casting a simple spell, and then he has one where he strikes a simple pose showing off his wand. His anti-gravity card trick though, another fucking peak trick. He has a very similar trick on his bike, but in the car it's just so good. It flows nicely, the timing is super satisfying from when he appears, and he does a really such a strong pose when he reappears, and it just looks really nice. So overall his car tricks, I think they're very solid. His bike tricks though, they are a little bit worse. His regular bike tricks is him casting another spell, which references how he power-ups enemies in the games, but this one just looks really bad, I think. His other one is him waving his wand in the air and, you know, it's quick and quite simple. His anti-gravity bike trick though, we gotta talk a little bit more about this one. The thing that made his anti-gravity car trick so good is the timing. He's gone for just the right amount of time and then pops out with such a strong and open pose, which makes it really satisfying. And the thing that makes his anti-gravity bike trick so much worse in my opinion is also the timing. He flies up, disappears, the bike lands, and he reappears. It just looks kinda bad to me. So for Kamik, I think his tricks overall, they're pretty good. He's hard carried by the car though, because the bike brings him down just a little bit for me personally. Otherwise, he could have been a solid S tier. But to compensate, I will put him into A tier. Next up, we got another fucking Peach variant.
Well, actually, it's Toadette.
Yeah, okay buddy. This character made the internet go mad horny for a solid few months when this variant got revealed. It is Pichette. Here we have a prime example of a character double jumping who actually pulls it off perfectly. Well, I guess that makes sense, cause that's the point of the power-up. So her regular card tricks, she jumps up, does a cute little double jump, and her other one is a nice little wave for the camera. Her anti-gravity card trick is her actually using the power-up double jump that she has in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And the flow of this trick I think looks really nice. You know, she jumps up and slowly spins around towards the camera, and then she activates her double jump, keeping the same spinning momentum going until she lands nicely back into the car. So, they're solid. Her card tricks are simply solid and quite good. And for the bike... And for the bike, her tricks are also pretty good. Her regular tricks is her doing a quick little spin with a cute little pose. Her other one is her just sitting on the side of the bike and dangling her legs. This one though I don't really like, as the trick timing just feels a little bit off to me and it doesn't flow super well, unlike her spinning trick, which I think is freaking perfect. For the anti-gravity bike trick, she once again uses the double jump that she gains from the power-up, but this time it's probably twice as good as the first time. And I think that has a lot to do with the outfit though, you know, because this time we can see her legs, so she can pose a lot more freely, unlike her in the car outfit, because then she wears a dress. But yeah, Pichette I think is actually really fucking good, so I would either put her into high A tier and potentially a low S tier. He's back again, and about time too. It's Diddy Kong. Returning from Mario Kart Wii, where he actually was my favorite character, Diddy Kong's tricks are sadly lacking, to say the least. His car tricks in general I think are just fine, there's nothing really special about them. For his regular car tricks, he has one where he claps his feet, and the other one he jumps up and laughs. What is that? The fourth time we've got a laughing trick now? Anyways, his anti-gravity car trick is him jumping up and doing something? He's like kinda shrugging while taking off his hat. I don't know, this one just looks really weird to me. But for the bike, it becomes a little bit better, at least. One of his regular bike tricks is him doing a flip, where he lands on one hand. His other trick is him turning around and clapping for the camera, and his anti-gravity bike trick is him jumping up and doing a big wave for the camera. So his bike tricks I think are definitely better than his car tricks, but I don't think any of them are really that great. He actually disappointed me a bit. I had pretty high expectations for him, but sadly he didn't live up to it at all. So Diddy Kong, you'll sadly land in C tier. Next up, we got another returning face from Mario Kart Wii, and somebody who actually is the best character from that game as well. We have the man of many professions, the funky surfer dude, Funky Kong. In this game, compared to the Wii, he brings out his beloved surfboard a lot more for his tricks. So for his regular car tricks, he pulls out the surfboard, puts it over his shoulder and does like a "let's get out of here" type of pose. And for his other one, he just strikes a quick muscle pose. For his anti-gravity car trick, he jumps on top of the surfboard and does like a trick with it with some really nice looking water effects to it. And you know, I really do like his car tricks. They're pretty solid and quite nice. For the bike though, it sadly takes a little bit of a turn for the worse. For his regular bike tricks, he lays on top of the surfboard, which I do like, but the way it ends just looks really janky. Like his surfboard just poofs out of existence in like 2 frames and, you know, it just looks a little bit janky. His other bike tricks is him doing the fucking Captain Ginyu pose from Dragon Ball Z and, you know, it's just fine. His anti-gravity bike trick is him once again getting on top of the surfboard, riding like a wave and doing a little bit of a trick with some nice water particles. And you know, I really do like this one, except the ending. Call me nitpicky or whatever, but this trick could have been so much better. Because you see that he basically does almost like a backflip with the surfboard, and if he would have carried that momentum to do a full flip when getting back on the bike, I think this trick would have been perfect. But sadly he cancels all of that backwards momentum to do this weird and awkward looking twist to get back onto the bike, and once again I think it looks just a little bit too janky. But that being said, his tricks are not horrible. Like, Funky Kong's tricks overall I think are pretty, you know, decently good. So I think we'll put him into B tier. And for the last DLC character, we have another new face, someone who has risen in popularity due to Mario Odyssey. We have the president of New Donk City, Pauline. Now, here we have another character that really surprised the hell out of me. When I think Pauline, I simply think about the New Donk City Festival from Mario Odyssey. So starting off with her anti-gravity car trick, she pulls out a microphone and has these really nice spotlight effects all around her. I think it flows pretty nice, but it ends slightly too fast. Her regular car tricks I think are okay. In one she spins around and strikes a pose, but this one I really don't like because it flows terribly, like she just kind of hovers in one spot and then gets back on the car in like 2 frames. And sadly that just looks a little bit jank. Her other car trick I think is really nice though. She sits sideways and just looks into the camera. You know, it's simple, but I think this trick is pretty good. Her bike tricks I think are basically on the same level here. Her anti-gravity bike trick is sick as hell. She strikes like this really good and strong pose, brings out her microphone once again and has these like pink laser effects behind her. It looks really cool, but once again it ends so quickly, which makes it look a little bit jank. For her other bike tricks, she stands on top of the bike and strikes a pose with the microphone, and then she has one where she sits on the side of the bike. The standing one I'm not too big of a fan of, cause again it just looks a little bit weird and it has so much momentum happening so quickly, but the sitting one I'm fine with. That one's just okay. Her bike tricks, they're a very mixed bag. One is really good, but the other ones are just okay. I think she's kinda similar to the level that Funky Kong is on, but I do think Pauline is a little bit better, so I will put her into A tier. And there we have it, almost. This video ain't over yet though, because we have all of the DLC Mii costumes to cover as well. But I'm going to do this a little bit differently. The Mii costumes themselves won't be added to the tier list with the characters, but I think they will fight between themselves instead, and at the end I'll move the Mii character up or down depending on if the majority are really good or if they're bad. There's quite a few costumes to cover, and there's basically only one unique trick to them, which is the anti-gravity one for the car and the bike. So we'll do a little bit more of a speed round here. So we're starting off with the castle suit. This one's very good. This one's very good. I love the tricks being like different parts of sliding down the flagpole at the end of a Mario level, the car being the actual slide down of the pole, while the bike is being the victory pose that's afterwards. I think the posing is pretty good. I love the overall look of the suit, and the flag on top of the head is so fucking cute. So I think I have to give this one an S tier. Next up is the Dry Bowser suit. In the car he imitates one of Bowser's car tricks, except he has no fire. And on the bike he imitates one of Bowser's bike tricks, with some slight variation. It's pretty good overall. The outfit's pretty cool too, so I'll give this one an A tier. Now we got the Cheep suit. The car and the bike sadly share the same trick, and it's just a Mii flapping around like a fish. It's pretty goofy. I don't really like the outfit though, but I'll put it into C tier. Next up is the question mark block suit. I don't really know what the car trick is supposed to convey. It's like hitting an actual question mark block or something. It looks kinda weird. The motorcycle definitely conveys it a little bit better than the car. But I like the look of this suit a lot more than the cheap one, and the tricks are definitely better than the cheap one, so this one lands in B tier. And here we have the Toadette suit. It shares the same trick with the car and the bike, and it imitates one of Toadette's tricks. It's decent, but this one will land into C tier. The Chain Chomp suit. This suit also shares the same trick between the bike and the car, and the trick itself is interesting. I get what they're trying to do. It's like a chain chomp jumping up towards the camera, but they don't really hit the nail on the head on this one. I really like how the outfit looks, but the trick is very odd. High C tier. The Dolphin suit. Another suit that shares the same trick between the bike and the car, and this one's very similar to the cheap one, where it tries to imitate a dolphin swimming around. I do like the outfit a bit more than the cheap one though, but this one also lands in C tier. Next up we got the Pokio suit. This is hands down one of my favorite suits looks wise, but I'm not here to rate looks, I'm just kinda giving a quick opinion about them. The trick is shared once again between the car and the bike, but this trick is pretty funny. Waddling around like a Pokio. Call me biased, but I'm putting this one into B tier. The Clown Car suit. How many costumes have to share the same trick between the bike and the car? Like, bruh. Anyways, the trick on this one is pretty funny. I really like it. So I'll put this one into B tier as well. The Blooper suit. Can you guess what? Yep. They share the same trick. And it's just imitating the movements of a blooper. Nothing special. C tier. The suit's pretty neat though. The Para Biddy Bug suit. Ugly suit. It shares the same trick, which is lame as fuck. Welcome to our first B tier suit. Also, I noticed something about these suits is that almost every single one is an actual character in Mario Kart world. You know, like Goomba, the Parabidibug, the Pokio, the Dolphin, the Cheep Cheep. It's just something that I noticed and thought I would point out. The Berto suit is next, and it's pretty fucking cursed. The tricks try to imitate one of Berto's tricks where she blows a kiss to the camera, but without any of the flair with the heart particles. Pretty mid overall, C tier. The Wiggler suit. Extremely cursed looking suit, especially from the front, cause it literally looks like you're just wearing a Wiggler head with its mouth like weirdly stretched around the face. It looks disgusting. Anyways, the trick is the same for the car and the bike, again, but at least they try to imitate one of my favorite tricks from the Wiggler, where he spins around and strikes a pretty good pose. This one is not as good as the Wigglers though, but it still gets a low B tier. The PT Piranha suit. Another cursed suit where it literally just looks like you're wearing a decapitated head of Petey. The trick is also Petey's tricks but flipped around, where Petey would flap his leafy arm wings but he faced forward. The Mii imitates the same trick but is facing backwards. This one gets a C tier. The ice cream suit.
The ice cream.
Finally, a suit that doesn't share the same trick with the bike and the car. The suit itself looks pretty damn good too. I love the uniform and especially the fucking helmet. The tricks are also really great. In the car he jumps up and spins around and does a pose with a soft serve ice cream in his hand. And the trick is really smooth looking and has great momentum all around and such great flow to it. The bike trick is a little bit worse than the car but still really good. It flows nicely, it looks good, and this costume overall is just really clean. Easy S tier. Coming up on one of the last suits, we have the Goomba suit. Rise up, Goom Gang. But we're back to shared tricks. This one's goofy as hell, where the arms try to imitate the legs of a Goomba waddling around. It's goofy, but it's not good. The outfit is okay at best. Low C tier. And here we have the last suit, the Moo Moo suit. Also a suit representing a new playable character in Mario Kart World that made everyone really fucking excited, which was the cow. This one also shares the same trick with the car and the bike, but like... cinema. What can I say? Yo, who made this shit? Like, really? Huh? He's twerking. It's S tier. It's easy S tier. The outfit's clean and the fucking trick is hilarious. But yeah, there we go. The video is done. I decided not to move the Mii costume at all, because it was a very mixed bag of costumes. Some were really good, and most of them were kind of mid and okay. But if you enjoyed the video, hopefully you'll leave a like and potentially subscribe. This was a lot of work and I'm trying to get this out before Mario Kart World releases, and it's been a little bit stressful, but that's just due to me being a lazy fuck, that's all. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time, so take care and bye bye.